Okay, we're going out to the shop. I'm kind of getting puny. I need to go eat lunch. Anyway, so we talked about the furnace sizes and different things. So let's look at this model number. How you see the S9 X2B060. That 60 stands for 60,000 BTU. So this is usually the smallest size that we're going to do. This guy, he's got 100 on the end of his number. That's 100,000 BTU. Like I said, that's going to be the bigger houses over usually like 2,300 square feet. And then that one's an 80,000 BTU. That is going to be the 80, yeah, you know, kind of what I told you. I almost like that 1,500 to 2,200 square foot home. The S9 series, S9V, that's variable speed. That's something where the furnaces also can have two different stages. That basically means it'll come on a first stage, if say it's kind of a mild day and not so cold. But anyway, it'll come on in first stage, not use all of its energy and power. And if it satisfies the thermostat and it gets the house where it needs to be, then it'll kind of go back down and it won't run at high capacity. But, you know, if it's 20 degrees outside and it's windy and it can't keep up in first stage, it's going to go up to the second stage and maybe run at 100% capacity. So, anyway, efficiency for furnaces, basically you're looking for, let's go back here to kind of our little bit of a training area. When the PVC is coming out, that is at least a 90% efficient. 95% efficient is when people are going to start getting rebates from their gas company. They go up to 96 and even 98% efficient. Obviously those are going to be a lot more expensive. This is an older train, XB90. Anyway, okay, so air conditioning. I'm not going to go out there. Anyway, remember we talked about Seer. So the minimum that you can install or that can be manufactured is a 13 Seer. So we will normally do 13 Seer as bare minimum, and then people a lot of times are going to do a 16 Seer. These are the coil boxes. Remember me telling you about the model and serial numbers or model numbers? So there's a 36 on the end. That is a 3-ton unit. And this is the indoor piece, so that's why it's smaller. So that's a 3-ton, because remember I told you it's like increments of 12, okay? This is a 3.5 ton because it says 42. So that's 3.5 12s. That 48, now we've got a 4-ton, and these are coils, which they actually run in a higher tonnage, the coils versus the outside unit. I don't all the way understand that, and it doesn't really matter. So this is a Trane air conditioner. If you see, it's XV. It's a variable speed air conditioner. So in the same way that you can have a furnace go at not its highest capacity, you can also have that with air conditioners. These are a lot more fancy and nice to be doing this. So this is great for me to show you this. So that is a spine fin coil. I am not talking about this thing. I'm talking about that way down in there. It is a thing, what am I calling it, that Trane has. Nobody else does this, a spine fin. It enables a coil to keep its same efficiency no matter how dirty it gets. They kind of have the, what's the word called when anyway, they're the only ones that have it. Okay, there's a compressor. That orange top on there, that is heavy as heck. And that is what makes this whole unit heavy. We have actually seen where somebody has tried to rob somebody's air conditioner because they want it for the copper. And bottom line is, once this thing is full of refrigerant and the heaviness of that compressor, they could look at this like, oh, this is the greatest thing ever. They get it disconnected and probably get a little scared with all the freon or the refrigerant that is flying out of these tubes. And then the thing's too heavy and they can't even get it up onto their truck because they probably weren't smart enough to bring a 2-wheel cart. Anyway, or enough guys to lift it, but that compressor is what keeps it the most heavy. But anyway, the bigger the units get like this, you would think it's the size, but it's not usually. The efficiency is what can make these things get bigger and taller, and it is because there's more surface area. There's, think of more spine fin coils in there for the unit to be working with the airflow coming in. I'm going to walk out to the unit out in the front here. It is a 20 Seer, so it's the top of the line that Trane makes. And you're gonna hear, it's so stupid because there's noise over there. This thing's probably running because it runs all the time almost. So you can see that it's moving. It is not near at high capacity because it's mild out, but it's a variable speed 20 Seer, so that's why it's huge, but it is near silent, okay? Just that noise you hear in the back is across the street, but this guy's making no sound.